Okay, it's going. Okay.
So what did you guys think?
You're not in English. Okay. Wow. So what did you guys think about the video? It was kind of sad.
So we said that we were surprised that the kids, like the black kids, chose the white doll every time, most of the time.
Right. There was this one little girl.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that like even little kids like pick it up that soon. Like the interviewer asked, which is the bad doll, which is the good doll, and they always chose the black doll to be bad.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting how young little kids
I
pick
can
that up.
kind of see how that works with like analogies with like
Light
black and white or light
That's
and
the
dark.
only thing I can think of, maybe like, yeah, light versus dark,
Right.
and like good versus bad, but yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
And it was kind of weird too, especially like that girl said her aunt had started like bleaching cream, and she'd started her daughter at it like at 9 or something, and now
It's
6.
actually pretty common.
Like I'd never even heard of that before.
Yeah. So sad.
I guess being subdued is part of that.
Yeah, they all want to be
Feel like
lighter
I
and we all want to be darker, like in the summertime.
I know.
Good where I'm at.
You're like
Yeah, very good in
perfect.
between here. Man. What else were we discussing?
So the quiz, were you guys surprised about your...
I
I guess I don't know as much as I thought I did.
yeah, a couple of them I think.
The height one.
Height
Oh, yeah.
height differences.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I felt like I gathered stuff from reading a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't know like experiencing racism can lead to serious health consequences.
That was surprising.
Like I didn't know racism affected that at all.
I mean, now when they explained it, when it was like, you know, it affects you mentally, then you get it,
And you're like,
and
okay.
then that could affect your cardiovascular whatever.
Right. Well, because so
Stress
many
has
mental
a lot to
stresses
do.
have so many issues with your body. They do not like it.
Okay. How'd you guys feel about when the girls were describing their hair texture as like a factor as whether they're beautiful or not?
That kind of didn't surprise me, actually. I mean, you see a lot of celebrities, like Beyonce and stuff, where it's like they'll straighten it or they'll get weaves and everything. And it's not very often. Even like the braiding and stuff, that isn't technically natural. To have the long hair woven in. But it seems very, very, very common, at least among the black people that I've known.
Yeah, for me too. I think it's interesting, like, it's all about our perception of beauty and, like, where that comes from, I guess, the media.
Right.
But it's, like, weird to me because I don't necessarily think, like, long straight hair is any more pretty than, like, curly hair, you know, or, like, textured hair. I think that there's, like, so many different forms of, like, beauty and...
Yeah.
But
I think it's hard too because it's like you look at kind of like the very traditional African hairstyles for men and women is just to shave it because that's the most simple. But here,
Grow it out long.
to grow it out long is the cultural norm,
And for
it's
us,
really
it's so
difficult for them.
important, like,
Right, and if
what
we
you
were to
look
buzz our
like.
hair off, it would look kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
they look awesome.
it doesn't look sad. You know, it's just what we're used to seeing, and so I think it's interesting that the culture has so much of an influence on that.
Also, like, black women in our society today who are, like, African American women, they're prettier. They're, people think they're prettier when they have whiter features. So, like,
Right.
Beyonce, like, you know, she doesn't look African.
Yeah.
She's lighter. I think they make her lighter. But she kind of has more
She
white
doesn't have,
features,
like-
Tyra Banks.
Uh-huh.
Right.
White features.
No, I agree with that too.
Yeah, and there's, like, a huge, like, light skin versus dark skin thing, too.
And even
right?
among black people,
Among the black
they
people.
would like hate on each other, like, oh, you're dark skinned or you're light skinned. Like they hate
Well,
on
that's
each other.
what started the whole thing in Rwanda. The white skin versus black. And then,
Which, like, I don't know, I had black friends growing up and I always saw them get their weaves done and all that stuff, but I never understood, like, that was a thing of beauty for them. Like, they had, the more white you looked and the longer hair you had and everything to make you look more white was, like, a self-worth measure, you know? Like, I never understood that, but it was kind of eye-opening to, like, watch the documentary and see that's how all of them
That's
generally
true.
feel. You
I
know?
think the perception was this is like the African American culture. This is what everyone does, not because it's gonna make them look whiter. It's just that's what they do. I don't know. I think that's what I understood.
When they were talking about how like a lot of black girls don't want to marry another black guy because they don't want to corrupt the gene pool.
dark skin.
I wasn't surprised to hear that because I have a few black friends who are the same way. They don't want to marry like a black person because they want their kids to have lighter skin and they want their kids to have better hair. And it's just funny like that those things are important.
Which is funny because we hear things. I know like, and my sister's as white as I am whiter, if not. And you know we always tease her. She always gets along really well with like the Polynesians and stuff. They think she's super cool. And we're like, you're gonna marry a Poly, and she's like super tall and stuff, so it's like it'll work out. But you know, you see those culture differences where it's like both want to kind of intermingle and have a part of that for themselves in their own family. And I know plenty of or at least a couple of families that are the girl is white and it's a Poly or an African American family. I have cousins that way, so it's just really interesting to see where we want to kind of find the balance. But we don't want to admit that there's an issue, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Alright, well, that's our video. Thanks for watching.